Yes, my name is Crystal Travers. I'm the CEO and founder of Stepscan Technologies. We're based in Prince Edward Island. And our core technology is essentially a pressure-sensitive floor tile system that tracks and analyzes how people walk. So we're in our 10th year of operation. The Stepscan turnkey medical gait analysis system has been commercial since 2016. It's sold throughout, it's in Australia, the US, and Canada. And it's used by rehabilitation specialists to analyze somebody's gait, provide objective measures of gait and balance. We do diabetic foot screening and fall risk assessments in seniors. So in the medical vertical, it's very well established. So there's two components to the Stepscan technology. The first is the smart tiles. So they're basically these 2x2 pressure-sensitive electronic floor tiles, and they're modular. So basically, I could instrument this entire room and track how people are walking with our software. So there's some interesting capabilities with the Stepscan tiles that we're really not capitalizing on in the medical space, and that would be the multi-subject tracking aspect of it. So in a medical assessment, you would only assess one person at a time. But we're the only company in the world that's building a modular, expandable, pressure-sensitive flooring system large enough to track more than one person naturally. And so the relevant offering associated with that in the aerospace and defense are two products. So the first one is called Step Tracker, and it's our first kind of prototype system for tracking in the military training and simulation space. So really what it does is it seamlessly integrates positioning and timing data into the simulated training environment. So in this example, in this picture, this was ITSEC. And this gentleman had just used the tile to replace a joystick. So he was basically using it as a natural user interface. So some of the ways that Step Tracker can be used would be, for example, postural stability during weapons training. So we can detect your center of pressure and how much kickback you have when you're shooting, for example. So landmine and detection and clearing was actually an Army general that said it would be really amazing to be able to, too much pressure could simulate a landmine. This urban warfare concept was built in conjunction with Leidos, so Step Tracker is also being used by Leidos, which is a pretty big defense company. So in this case, we're discriminating between subjects in the room. We're reporting their posture, their velocity, and their direction. So this is like urban warfare training, so like a platoon of soldiers that needs to go into a room and clear the room. Apparently the foot placement is very critical. So building on the multi-subject tracking capabilities and what UNB alluded to, we've developed the world's first pressure-based gait authentication system. So not only are we able to differentiate between people, we're actually able to give them a gait signature similar to a fingerprint. So I'm going to skip so we've installed our first demonstration system in conjunction with UNB in Fredericton, New Brunswick. It's in the $37 million cyber center. It's a Class B secure building that requires dual authentication for entrance. So right now the system is a swipe card along with gait biometrics. I'd like to think it will be an integral component of any multi-factor security process for access control. It has a lot of competitive advantages. And my purpose in being here today and what I want to communicate is that I've actually made the decision to divest the IP in the security and defense space. And Stepscan is going to be focusing on its medical technology and scaling in that market. So really what I'm looking to connect with is any companies or anybody in your network that you think would be a good commercialization partner and that would have an interest in moving this technology forward. And that's it for me.